Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video here to cover the Steam Summer Sale. We're gonna kick it off with 20 games under the price of $10. We're not gonna go below $5 because I plan to do an under $5 video. There's a ton of games to go over. Some of these games are bundles, so you'll get multiple games with a purchase. So technically it's over 20 games, but it's 20 listings. You guys get the idea. Links to all of these, as always, will be in the description box below. Let's get right into it, and off the top, I do want to mention Halo the Master Chief Collection, 75% off for $9.99. This is such a good deal. Xbox Game Pass be damned. You want this in your Steam library. At least I would want it. Halo's an iconic franchise, and you're getting some tremendous games in this bundle. You're getting Halo Anniversary, Halo Reach, Halo 2 Anniversary, Halo 3 ODST, and Halo 4. All of the games are good, and some of them are absolutely excellent. I personally love Halo Reach, love Halo Combat Evolved, loved Halo 3. Halo 2 is obviously great. ODST and 4 are what they are. ODST obviously a smaller game, but you're getting all of those games for $9.99. Even if you don't have any interest in the multiplayer from a campaign standpoint, that's a sizable amount of content. $10, no brainer. That is a definite recommendation. Next up, a personal recommendation of mine, Weird West Definitive Edition, 75% off for $9.99. I really enjoyed this game. Is it a bit janky? Does it have some clunkiness to it and some bugs to it? Yes, but I really like the decision-making process in the game. There's a lot of replayability, and the thing about the decision-making is that there's actual consequences in your decisions. It doesn't feel like you're just making decisions for the sake of them, but they actually impact your overarching playthrough, leading to some replayability. A single playthrough is already relatively lengthy, and at $9.99, I think this is a really good buy. Would highly recommend it. Next up, Batman Arkham Collection, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight Season Pass at $9. You kidding me? Oh, hell yeah, that's gonna be a pickup. Arkham Knight was one of the worst PC ports of all time, but it is much, much better now, and it's a great game in its own right. I do think it's the weakest of the three main Arkham titles. Arkham Origins is worth a pickup as well, but Knight is still a really good game. Asylum surprisingly holds up really well, in my opinion. Like, that's a game that I think you can go back and play now and still have a great time with it. And bear in mind, came out 14 years ago, excuse me, it's 2023, 14 years ago, and still holds up well. All three games for $9, a steal there. Definitely check it out. Next up, Max Payne 3, 70% off for $6. You know, when you talk about Rockstar, people gravitate towards GTA, people gravitate towards Red Dead. Max Payne does not get a lot of love, and Max Payne 3 was awesome. Yes, it's over a decade old, but this game still has some of the best mechanics that you're gonna find out of a third-person shooter, and gunplay you're gonna find. The slow-mo mechanic works well. Super mature story here, but for $6, a definite pickup here, and would strongly recommend it. Again, gets kind of lost in the shuffle. Visually still holds up pretty well as well. Dishonored 2, $6. Love me some Dishonored. I picked up Dishonored 1 when physical PC games were still a thing. Still remember going to Target and picking up a hard copy of it. But Dishonored 2 improves upon the original, has 2 playable characters, so you have a little bit of replayability. $6 for it is a great pickup, and I would strongly recommend it. Has a variety of ways to play it. You can go more stealthy, you can go more action-oriented. The stealthy approach is, in my opinion, more satisfying, and I think most people agree with that, but nevertheless, $6 on that. Next up, gotta give a shout to Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. Visual novels was not a genre that I was always into, but I was listening to a podcast way back in the day, and they constantly talked up Danganronpa, and I had to check out the game after so many people gushing about it. Originally picked it up on my PlayStation Vita and loved it. It's like a 15 to 20 hour story-driven title, and I completed it in like 2 days. That's how engaging the story is. A lot of twists and turns, but bear in mind, it does have some wackiness, has some zaniness. It's not going to be for everyone, but narratively speaking, it is so hooking. Give it 30 to 45 minutes, and I guarantee you it's going to hook you in. Again, some over-the-top elements, but for this price, I think it's a great deal, so check that out. Wolf Among Us, 65% off for $5.24. Another super narrative-driven title. Of course, this is a Telltale game. In my opinion, 1A, 1B as far as Telltale titles go. It goes Walking Dead Season 1 and The Wolf Among Us. Wolf Among Us is awesome, and it's a game that came out over a decade ago, and we're finally getting a sequel. It's such a well-done game. More of a mature Telltale title, but man, the main character is great, and the supporting cast is solid as well. A lot of mystery in it as well. Ending I wasn't crazy about the ending, but it was fine. it was one of those ones that I think is going to be a little divisive, but nonetheless, $5.24 for Wolf Among Us I think is great, so definitely pick that up. A lot of Resident Evil games on sale. Resident Evil 2 was one that definitely I gotta mention, $9.99 on that. Really kicked off the Resident Evil remake craze, and now we just had the release of RE4 earlier this year, but RE2 really kicked it all off, and it was phenomenal. Just a great remake, obviously a little bit shorter in length, but visually looks great, and they did upgrade it, adding new graphical features as well, so $10 for that. Solid pickup. Check out Village, check out Revelations, check out RE4 if you want to spend $60, but yeah, a lot of great deals as far as Resident Evil goes. Next up, Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown, 85% off for $9. Great action flight title, over-the-top gameplay, fast-paced gameplay, phenomenal soundtrack that is underrated. From a soundtrack standpoint, Ace Combat 7, in my opinion, one of the more underrated ones that you're going to come across. $9 for this is a great pickup, so definitely check that out. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, 67% off for $9.89. Great deal for a trio of story-driven titles. Now, Phoenix Wright is a little bit dated. I believe it originally started on the Game Boy Advance. Over here stateside, I think Phoenix Wright 1 was on the DS, however, but in Japan, it started on the GBA. They're still incredibly gripping story-driven titles. A lot of twists and turns with these ones as well. And Capcom is doing another Phoenix Wright, or I should say they're doing another Ace Attorney trilogy that will be coming out, I believe, later this year. So you can be on the lookout for that as well. Next up, a lot of Assassin's Creed games on sale. Look, I'll give a shout out to Assassin's Creed Syndicate, but they've got, like, everything on sale. Not a fan of Ubisoft locking Mirage behind Uplay and Ubisoft Connect, but what can you do? The older Assassin's Creed games are still some of my favorite titles, and Syndicate does not get enough love. I think it's a great game. A lot of other quality games. AC2, still a classic. AC4, obviously a classic. I mean, everybody, who doesn't love AC4? Brotherhood's good. Valhalla's on sale. Odyssey's on sale, Origins is on sale. Odyssey and Valhalla over $10, but Origins is $9. Yeah, you can pick whichever one you want. I would go with AC2, Syndicate 4, as far as classic titles go. And then the newer games, I mean, Origins is under $10, so maybe go with that. Next up, Spyro Reignited Trilogy. I'm a homer for Spyro. I grew up with Spyro, so when it came to be that they're going to remake the original trilogy, oh yeah, I'm all on board with that. 75% off for $9.99. It's just a quality platformer as well. Spyro, I think, is, one of those mascots that's not utilized as much, and hopefully with, everything going on with Activision, maybe Microsoft will utilize Spyro a little bit more, because I think Spyro is due a new title, much like Crash got Crash Bandicoot 4, but Spyro Trilogy, $9.99, great deal on that as well. Next up, Pillars of Eternity, 75% off for $7.49. Obsidian RPG here. Obsidian crushes it with their RPGs. Avowed, I know people are a little skeptical on, but Pillars of Eternity was great. A lot of replayability here, a lot of content as well. Obviously, a bit of a throwback, so bear that in mind. It's more of a classic RPG, but for $7.49 with the Hero Edition, that's a great pickup. The Definitive Edition is $9.99 as well. That'll include the White March Part 1 and the White March Part 2, so that might be something you want to look at. Next up, Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I would get Blind Forest as well. Again, these are available through Game Pass as well, but these games are fantastic. Metroidvanias, phenomenal art direction in these games, emotional storytelling as well. They are just incredibly well-designed games, and some of the best games that Microsoft has published in the last decade, and, maybe that's not saying a lot to you guys, but these games are tremendous, and I would strongly recommend them. There's a reason why Will of the Wisps has over 100,000 reviews on Steam. 96% of those reviews are positive. Whenever you have north of 100k reviews and overwhelmingly positive, that says something pretty highly about the game. Next up, Devil May Cry 5, 67% off for $9.89. Another Capcom game, but another fantastic game. Fast-paced action title. Great soundtrack. Devil Trigger should be on everybody's phone, and they should be listening to that 24/7. It's a great song. Gameplay is great. I'm not crazy about the DMC lore and the narrative, but some people are super into it, so take it for what you will. You do get the Virgil DLC for $9.89 as well, so that's pretty good. Definitely check that out. Dying Light Definitive Edition, 80% off for $9.99. Great deal for Dying Light. No-brainer there. In my opinion, stronger than Dying Light 2, and most people do agree with that. Dying Light 1 is a great survival horror open world title, a bit of a more contained open world, but a lot of content here, especially with the additional content that the Definitive Edition is going to offer you. Steam Deck verified as well, so if you want to play it on there. A lot of these games are deck verified. I think literally every game I mentioned has been at least deck playable, so keep that in mind. Also, with the deck being 20% off, that is something to consider. Borderlands 2 Game of the Year Edition, 80% off for $7.99. Borderlands 2, in my opinion, is the peak of Borderlands. It is fantastic. A ton of content here. I believe, yeah, you are missing the one expansion, but that DLC is so superfluous that, like, you don't even need it. At least in my opinion. Look, you're gonna get a lot of content here, and you're gonna be more than satisfied. You can play Borderlands solo. Don't worry about that. If you got a couple friends that are gonna pick it up as well, by all means, check it out in co-op, but $8 for Borderlands 2 is a great deal, so definitely check that out. Next up, we do have Kingdom Come Deliverance, 75% off for $7.49, but you want to look at the Royal Edition, which is 75% off for $9.99. Additional content here as well. More of a realistic RPG, open world RPG, a lot of content, not for everyone for sure, but visually very appealing, and if you're a fan of more historic settings, Kingdom Come is probably going to be right up your alley, and the Royal Edition does include the bonus content, so nice little pickup there as well. And then lastly, a couple of Bethesda titles. Skyrim Special Edition, $9.99. I mean, everybody at this point has it, but if you don't, go pick it up. Fallout New Vegas Ultimate Edition, that's $6.59. That's a great deal as well, so definitely cop that at sub $7. That's always going to be a good deal. Obviously, there's a lot more deals under $10 than this. We'll keep it to 20 for now. Maybe this will be part 1. We'll do part 2 because, like, yo, I'm not even talking about games like Shadow of War. Doom Eternal, I think, is $9.99. There's so many games that are at sub $10 that is honestly, like, mind-blowing. Evil Within, you know, those are all Bethesda games that I just mentioned, but you guys get the idea. You know, there's a ton of games. AI The Somnium Files, another great visual novel that's under $10 right now. Final Fantasy titles, FF13, I know that's like the black sheep, and I don't know why I'm bringing that one up, but that is under $10. You know, a lot of great deals, to say the least, as a part of the summer sale. Thousands and thousands and thousands of games on sale, so links to all of these in the description box below. If you guys have any suggestions for people that are watching this video, leave them in the comments. Maybe you guys can suggest me some stuff, because I know a big complaint with these videos is that I mention the same thing over and over again. I'm just one man. I can't play every game under the sun, and you know, there's a finite time in every day, and there's new games coming out all the time, so my apologies. You know, I can't be playing 100 games simultaneously. It's just not feasible for me, but nevertheless, as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Links to everything down in the description box, so have a great one, pick up some good games, do some gaming, and gonna be a great summer for everyone. So as always, thanks for watching, peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.